like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and leave me a comment. Without further ado...
Why hello, children. It's Hyperdellic. Today, we've got a classic. Well, sort of. What's going on, everybody? Yeah, threw you for a loop, huh? A little different this time, huh? That's because we got something a little different this time. I finally got my hands on a decent Optimus Prime. Not since my G1 Optimus have I had one. And I've honestly passed on a lot of them. But the second I saw this one, I was like, I'm getting it. And then it was sold out. But, thankfully, Hasbro was smart, and they were like, well, this went well, let's do another round. And they re-released it, so I got it. I'm going to review it for you guys. I'm going to do it a little different. I'm just going to cut through the box opening and all that stuff. But we're going to show you the box, because there's some fantastic illustration on this, as a lot of the newer Transformers showings have honestly had. Like, they've all had some really good stuff. War for Cybertron, sweet graphics. It looks so good. It does. And you know, I liked the series, the movie series on Netflix. At least I'm pretty sure that's what this is all from. That's what it looked like. I've heard some gripes about the trailer not being long enough, but honestly, a smaller trailer might be a good thing for shelf space. Yeah, so those are the two sides. Here's the bottom with all that information. And we're gonna cut into it, and I'm gonna show you in just a moment, and boom. Alright. And here's our Optimus Prime. Ooh, buddy. I am just as smitten with this thing in hand as I was when I saw it online, and I was like, that's the Optimus Prime I need. There, we gotta get him spinning, because you need to see him all the way around. He's a work of art. He doesn't obviously feel like the G1 Optimus Prime, right? He's not die-cast. There's no die-cast in there anywhere. It's all plastic. It feels like high-quality plastic. The painting is okay. It looks a little thin in places. I'm going to say that much. It looks a little thin. Sometimes Transformers suffer from that. Like, it looks almost like they put too thin of a layer of paint on. Like the silver piping on the sides, it just looks too thin. It looks like it's going to wear away pretty easily. That might add to the character of Optimus, but that's not what you want when you buy a figure, right? And these are just my first impressions, okay? Other than that, I got no gripes. The red is a little muted and the blue is not. That feels a little odd. I feel like the red should have been pumped up a little bit in saturation, maybe a little vibrance there. But overall, this is my new favorite Transformer. And he comes with a few accessories. What does he come with? He comes with his gun, and it's apparently pops open. Right? That's kind of cool. It is very reminiscent of the original G1 gun. It's beautiful. I love it. So we're gonna pop that in his hand, and then he comes with one other accessory. Actually, he comes with a little red decoder piece of plastic, like from the old days. But I have yet to find on this box where you're supposed to use that little piece of decoder. Like, I don't know where it is. If you know, let me know in the in the comments down below, because I didn't see it anywhere. But his other accessory is his trailer, right? No hitch to that. Get it? This is pretty cool. It reminds me very much of the G1 trailer from when I was a kid. But again, I'm only going on nostalgia right now and my memories. So, I mean, the comparisons are probably way bigger than I, in my head, think they are. But we're gonna stick this back here. And what I want to do now is I'm gonna cut, and I'm gonna play with him for a little bit. And then I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna do his transformation, because sometimes you gotta take a little bit of time with their transformation to figure it out. I can't do it on camera gracefully. So we're gonna do that real quick. All right, right back. And it's been a while.
And by a while, I mean 3 months. I've been playing with this thing for 3 months. I'm not kidding you. I did that last chunk of video back in July. It's actually 4 months because now it's November. But I've got his transformation down pat. Okay, so the first thing we're going to start with is we're going to lock the legs together. Boom. And I'm going to leave his feet out just so that I can stand him up while I'm doing this. We're going to turn him around, bring his arms back, them up, turn him this way. We're going to hide the hands. Ding. I'm telling you, this is one of my favorite transformations ever, and I love it. It's graceful and beautiful. Okay, so we're going to pop these out, pull that down. We're going to pop these back over there. We're going to spin them all the way around. Okay. Now, I would be amiss if I didn't show you this. That pops open. You can take this out. It's kind of a pain, but the what is it? Leadership matrix pops out, or whatever they're calling it in this version. Okay, so that really doesn't have anything to do with the transformation. So now we're gonna open him up in front, and his whole front carriage area is gonna pop open. You gotta snap this part into there, and then pull these flaps out. Okay. Comes down like this, and that front locks into those two tabs. Now we're gonna turn him around. We're gonna pop that thing open, and we're gonna tuck his head in. Now the head likes to move. It likes to move a bunch. So if you move it a little too much, it tends to get a little off kilter, and makes for difficult, in and outs. But now we're going to fold this arm down. We're going to fold this arm down. Lock that in. Close that tab. Lock that one in. Close that tab. Now, I'm going to mention this because it kind of irks me. But there's these two flaps, and they go like this, right? And they're supposed to be support for when you bring this down, but as you can see, it kind of leaves the cab leaning up a little bit, so I like to just leave them in. Okay, I'm gonna lock him down. I'm gonna close up the tabs. I'm gonna pop out his little leg canister looking thingies, and I'll fold down his feet. Nicey nice. And we can pop the trailer on, and we could just put the gun in here or on the side, or you throw it in the truck. And that's transformation. I'm going to transform him back because, he's a transformer. So we pull these tabs out first. That's the first thing we do. Turn him around. I'm going to pull out all those tabs again. I mean, that's a nice truck. I like this one. There's only one other Optimus that I think is better looking, and I think that's the cartoon version. But this one is outstanding. I love the window panes and all of that stuff. I love the way he transforms. I do. I love this transformation. This is a phenomenal transformation. Like, it just, it's beautiful. It's the kind of transformation I always wanted when I was a kid, where it's like complicated and crazy and does all kinds of awesome things and hides everything. And I mean, it's outstanding. I think this is one of my favorite transformations in any of the Transformers that I've bought over the last few years. It's just so good. So we fold these tabs in, we pop that all the way up, and we fold those tabs in, and we put that in, and that in, and down. Turn them around, put that up, fold them in, push his arms out, pull them apart, and give them feet. Bam! More than meets the eye. Dude, I mean, this is absolutely my favorite Transformer right now. My second favorite is Blaster. I think Blaster is a super fun looking Transformer, and he's addictive, right? And any of you who collect Transformers, you know what I'm talking about when I talk about addictive. Like, you you just want to keep transforming them back and forth and back and forth. Real quick, I'm going to transform the truck into his repair bay. Okay. Let's get all that going. Let's stand on the base. Have this thing work on him. That's pretty boss. I mean, I'm glad that they did this with this one. The original, I don't think it was ever intended like this, but I know a lot of people used to do this. But this works really well. Now, I know that the trailer is not exactly scale to him, but I really don't notice anything that makes me dislike this whole setup. I absolutely love this figure. I can't see myself ever getting rid of him unless I get like one of those like awesome automatic transforming versions. And I doubt I will, because those things are like $1,000. But yeah, there we go. We're gonna close this out and do some last thoughts now. Actually, you know what? I need to do a couple of photos with him. Absolutely, I need to do some photos with him. I don't know what I was thinking. All right, let's do that next.
Hyperdellic.
More than meets the eye. Yeah, I know. Alright, let's get him spinning and do some final thoughts. Is this the ultimate best Optimus Prime ever? Look, he's up there. This is probably in my top 5 Optimuses. And I mean, I don't own the other ones, but I have seen a few that are just like, oh, that's tight looking. I absolutely love this figure. He is so, like, there's no hollow points either. That's beautiful. I can't stand it when Transformers have hollow spots. Everything just kind of looks right. Let's fix his arm here, because I think that's supposed to be done like that. I like the back profile. Like, I've seen the newer one from Transformers 1, and he's got like a huge backpack on. I think that's too much going on. I'm an old schooler, right? I had the G1 Optimus, and he was one of my favorite figures when I was a kid. I actually kept him in really good condition, and I don't remember what the heck I did with him. I more than likely ended up throwing him away at some point when I was in my 20s, because I just had no appreciation or understanding of how much I was going to miss all of these. I did a lot of moving around in my 20s, so I very well could have just lost him someplace. And that's unfortunate, but I've got this one now, and honestly, this one is much more superior in transformation and articulation than the original. Of course, there's nothing ever going to, replace the feel and the idea of what those G1 Transformers were. On my scale of 1 to 10, I'm giving this one a 10. Okay, he gets a 10. I know. Everybody's probably just like, what? Yeah, I'm giving him a 10. This is one of my favorite figures, period. This is one of my favorite figures that I own right now. My daughter keeps cracking up. My wife was laughing at me the other night because I was practicing his transformation again. And I told her, I go, I need to be able to do this relatively well on camera. I don't want to fumble and futz around with it. Because I needed to do it justice. This is a work of art when it comes to Transformers. This is beautiful. The look, the helmet, the face, the gun, that definitely is a throwback to the original. The trailer is great. It's not perfect, but it's adequate. Okay? I know everybody wanted a bigger trailer. And I think they're right. It probably should be bigger, but I like it. Overall, the entire package is great. The box art was fantastic. It deserves a 10. It does. The transformation is beautiful, graceful. once you know it by heart, like it's just fun to do. You know, it's an interesting, fun figure. I mean, you saw the photos that I did. Like, there's so many possibilities when it comes to posing this figure and doing all sorts of things. Like, he's like stable in ways that we've never had other action figures be stable. So, and I call him an action figure because they gave him some beautiful articulation, like beautiful, like chef's kiss beautiful. Right? Like, he moves so nicely. I was watching the new Gundam series on Netflix the other night, and I was playing around with a couple of my Gundams while I was doing that, and that's how he feels. If you've ever played around with a Gundam, one of the newer ones that Bandai's been putting out, the movement and the articulation is like buttery smooth, and it's really just nice to play around with. It feels good in the hand. He feels great in the hand. He feels so nice when you're articulating him and putting him in different poses. Like, I honestly, I think he's going to be one of my favorite figures for a very long time. I will say this much. I really want one of those YOLO Park Optimus Primes. I know they don't transform, but to have a metal, model kit, transformer version, or action figure version of Optimus would be pretty cool. Getting that, and I need a Megatron that's similar to the classic Megatron now. I mean, I like the Earthrise Megatron. I may try to seek that one out, but I really want this one, and I really like this one, and I'm not going to give it up anytime soon either. So it's going to stay a part of my collection for a very long time, I'm sure. He is the crown jewel of my Transformers. And I have quite a few at this point, more than I even realized I have. I've got like Soundwave, the 40th anniversary edition. I've got Blaster. I've got Grunt. I still have to do the review on that one. I've got the cool neon orange Jazz. I've got a spectacular Shockwave, who is just he's one of my favorites because I love purple. But yeah, I mean, all of the Earthrise versions of these have been great. The Studio Series versions of all of these are really, really good. My Grunt is is it Grunt? No, it's not Grunt. The little green Jeep. Maybe it is Grunt. I'm gonna have to look it up now. Boy, I don't know my Transformers like I used to. But yeah, I love them all. Like, they are so good. I'm excited to see what you guys think of my review of this one, because I loved this. Doing this was a multiple months effort on my part, and I'm almost sad that it's over now. But, and I will say this much, I am happy that I have him in my collection. And on that point, I just want to tell you guys all that I love you, and I appreciate you watching this video. Remember that you can now become a member of my channel. Yes, become a member. I can't do the voice. I just can't, and I'm not gonna try. Okay, unlike Chris Hemsworth. Ugh. Poor Chris Hemsworth. I'm sure he got a bunch of hate for that. But I hear that, and I haven't seen it yet, but I hear Transformers 1 is spectacular. I hear it's good for old school Transformers fans, and I hear it's great for new Transformers fans. So I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna give it a shot. I love Scarlett Johansson. The fact that she's in there is it makes me kind of happy. It's Transformers is a hard one to not collect. Like, I don't want to because they are so expensive, but at the same time, he's awesome. He's awesome. Y'all should get one. Y'all should definitely try to pick this one up. Hey, I sold the second one over to Crown Point Toys. They soused me on it, but but they have one. so hit them up if you want one. It was mine. All right, kids. I love you. You guys have a great day. Thank you for coming by. Support the channel if you can, and remember to play. Play lots. Play hard. Roll out.